Hello. Are we
Hello. Yeah.
am I the only one who's
No, you're.
okay? I just wasn't sure if I was alone on this.
And we're back.
Yeah. Hey, we're the morning zoo with Chris and Matt. Hey, we're gonna jump on over to Snot Locker and. All right. So yeah.
Welcome once again.
So much
mean,
enthusiasm.
Sorry.
Are they welcome? Like, I
No, get out. Go home. Turn it off. We're done with you.
scroll to the next video.
Just scroll down.
Yeah.
Don't
You
don't.
want no part of this shit. I'm telling you.
All right. So the first official episode of Microwave This Podcast. I'm Ben,
Yeah, I'm Chris.
And I'm Matt.
and I feel like Chris is our producer. He's not feeling super great today. But
Nope.
We still have his silky smooth tones.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Chris and I tied one on a little bit last night. Never officially tied it off. I'm
Just-
not really.
Keep it rolling. You just took a break.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, it happens. I'm down with that. I had one of those this afternoon. Just, like, I'm gonna go home and lay down for like an hour and readjust. But yeah, we're gonna do what we do. It should be a nice time.
You won't hear my voice much tonight.
Yeah. It's just really he's just riding the wave.
Yeah.
That's fine. We got plenty of stuff going on. Things to talk about, shit to make fun of, and I mean, I'll probably make someone uncomfortable. More than likely, it'll be Chris because he's the one who has to deal with this shit. We're also real quick. I'm gonna mention that from time to time we're gonna rotate in guests, friends of ours who are fun and interesting people. We got Alex. I cannot wait to have Alex on here.
Oh,
Diplomatic
Alex.
immunity.
Hey, my man.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun fucking with his voice on here.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, because well,
Because he's got the perfect radio voice anyway. So
Oh, man.
He's got a very deep voice, but also, I don't know how much he actually projects his voice.
yeah, like if he decided to get loud, I love his laugh because there's always a weird stutter before it actually starts. There's this like, I'll crack a joke and he'll be like, you can see the joke hit him physically, and then he'll be like,
Dude, his eyes bulge out. Like
Yeah,
whenever
lights
you
up.
say something that he just finds hysterical, he'll like pause for a moment and like those eyes just bulge out of his,
big beautiful brown
Yes.
eyes.
and then just that. I don't even know how to explain his laugh, man. Like it's
He's amazing. He's a language wizard.
Yeah.
You guys are going to enjoy the fuck out of that. We will, if nothing else. And
Yeah.
really, that's what matters.
I mean, because we're not here for you. We're here for us because we're
Yeah.
a bunch of self-absorbed douchebags.
Also, I wanted to mention Jesse, our friend Jesse, sent us a lovely piece of art after our last episode of Ernest in Hell, just surrounded by red rocks and flames.
Ugh, I feel like this is getting out of hand. Like, with
Oh
Yeah.
no, I feel like the Ernest game is going to come back
Oh, yeah.
periodically. We're just going to play Ernest from time to time.
yeah, we shouldn't do it every time because I feel like
No, it'll get worn out.
it'll get worn out
It's
real fast.
It's going to run dry, and there's just not enough KY for that.
Yeah, because there's really only so many ridiculous situations that we could put Ernest in
Yeah, like
without it just being lame.
Ernest gets covered in bees. Anyway, go ahead, Chris.
I don't have anything to say.
Well, you raised your mic, and I
Oh
was,
no, I'm just here to throw in when I need to.
also a guy I work with hit us with a fan submitted Ernest movie, and it is Ernest Visits His Child's Grave,
God.
which is just the most gnarly. But yeah, that's we're three assholes, and you can turn this off whenever you like.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive in here. Let's get right on into the good stuff. Matt, I think you wanted to talk about the new MST3K, or I guess just MST3K in general.
Yeah. For those of you who've been living under a rock for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Mystery Science Theater 3000, which was created by Joel Hodgson,
Yeah.
who was a stand-up comedian in like the early 80s.
Yeah, Minneapolis.
Yeah, from Minneapolis, and he did a lot of prop comedy. Like that was his.
Yeah, it
was
was
his
really
shtick.
weird.
But it was funny because I actually.
Oh no, it was good.
I actually, like the last week or the week before last, I was looking at videos of him on Letterman in the 80s, and yeah, like it was funny. Like
Yeah,
a lot of random shit. Like he
Oh,
was
yeah, it
very
was-
he's very deadpan with
Oh yeah.
with his humor, like with his stand up. But
And
yeah,
it-
like in the late 80s, he and a couple friends they started riffing movies on a local UHF station.
Yeah.
And there was a premise, like he was just a regular Joe working at Gizmonic Institute. He gets and his bosses are like these evil mad scientists, and he gets shot into space, and he's like, and they're basically torturing him with these really, really low budget, crappy movies.
It was like they were trying to find a specific terrible movie that would just break a man's mind, and then they were going to broadcast it to the world.
Yeah.
And that's how he would just take over the earth.
Yeah, but he found a way around that by just he built like a couple of robot buddies, and he would take them into the theater with him, and like they would, which they were puppets, that were puppeteered by his fellow stand-up comedians and whatnot. And
I can never stop sucking Trace's dick enough.
oh, dude,
I love Trace so
I
much.
love Bill's crow, but I'm sorry, like Trace's crow is the crow.
He was
for me.
so like weird and childlike and kind of perverse, which always made me really happy. Like he had the one time he had like a pile of just underwear. that he just had a pile of underwear, and I think they like were gonna take them away or something, and and you like finally they gave them back, and Crow's just like cheering, and he just goes panties, panties.
Yeah. But the initial run of the series was 10 episodes, or I'm sorry, not 10 episodes, 10 seasons.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
at some point, like halfway through the show's inception, Joel actually left the show, and as host, actually he left completely, didn't he? Like after he left, he had no.
He did like one cameo.
Yeah,
Where the satellite was breaking down, and he showed up as like this phantom ship, and he came in and like fixed their problems and said hey to the bots, and then he took off.
Yeah. And then he was replaced. Actually, he chose his own replacement, which was Michael J. Nelson, who was head writer. Which
Yeah,
didn't they find him like
yeah, he was
like before, like after they?
he was working at a like a TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
And he joined in the early days as a writer. Like I think he was there from the beginning.
Like when the first season on Comedy Central, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't think he had anything to do with like the
UHF,
the UHF.
uh,
But yeah,
WKTMA.
but then he chose his own replacement because I guess he had a falling out with the producers or something.
I don't remember. There was a lot of weird shit going on, but it fucking absolute marvel of a show. Completely, something completely new that just entertained the fuck out of people and was a huge part of, I know,
My childhood.
yeah, and mine as well. Chris, were you
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it like religiously, but I think it started, like you said, in the 90s.
Like
Yeah.
like late 80s, early
Yeah,
90s.
and yeah, I just, for whatever reason, didn't watch a lot of TV in the 90s. I was too busy doing other shit.
Yeah. But they
having fun?
Yeah.
But today they did their annual Turkey Day marathon, which it's not Thanksgiving
Yeah, yeah.
because
At time of recording.
yeah, because on Thanksgiving this year, they are releasing the second season of the revival,
the
on
new,
Netflix,
yeah.
which honestly for me is real hit and miss.
I appreciate that they wanted to keep it going or bring it back, because again, it's a beloved series, and I love all the guys who worked on that. You know, fucking again, Joel, Trace, Kevin Murphy. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Which none of them have anything to do with the new inception of the show, which really
I think
disappoints me.
I think it's mostly just Joel at this point.
well, I know that that Kevin and Bill, Tom Servo and Bill Corbett, who was the second, person to operate the Crow puppet.
Yay.
They did a cameo with Pearl on like 1 or 2 episodes as Pearl and Professor Bobo and
Brain Guy.
and Brain Guy. Yeah,
Yay.
which was kind of lackluster because Bill and Kevin just kind of stood in the background and didn't really
Just
say
a
anything.
little forced, maybe.
Yeah, but that was like whenever it moved to the Sci-Fi Channel and
Yeah.
Trace left and
Absolutely.
Bill, stepped up and took over Crow. He also became the Observer /
Brain
Brain
Guy.
and then Kevin also took on a second role as Professor Bobo, which was a great. Planet
That was
of
a
the
really
Apes.
good Planet of the Apes kind of crack.
And yeah, so they would like the banter between those two characters were great. I thought.
Oh yeah.
And I thought it was just, like the cameo was really wasted because they just kind of stood in the background, and I was like, "Oh, come on, man!" Like,
Well, I admittedly have not watched. I haven't even watched an entire episode of the revival, because it I feel like a lot of it feels pretty forced. Like you're like,
yeah,
we got to keep doing this, man. People love it. We got to keep doing it. But I would have been okay with them just letting it die and just rewatching all the old episodes.
and plus you have riff tracks, and then you had Cinematic Titanic,
Yeah.
which Cinematic Titanic was the the original, like most of the original cast members of MST3K, and then riff tracks is the later year, the later years, with Mike and Kevin and Bill.
Yeah, I love riff tracks. Like
Yeah.
I have a stupid amount of riff tracks on my hard drive. Sorry guys. I haven't donated, and I did. I took some stuff from the interwebs that I did not technically pay for. I mean I pay in shame and guilt, but not with dinars.
Yeah,
No rubles involved in that.
no ducks.
No DuckTales. Sorry, fellas. But I love you, and you made my childhood very nice. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna leave the revival of MST. I'm just gonna leave it where I found it. And
It's worth looking into. But like I said, it's really hit or miss because there are some episodes that are just kind of like, all right, like
eh,
because like the biggest problem I have with it is the jokes.
they're
keep
like
coming,
machine
like-
gunning them.
Yeah, it's like they left the joke faucet on, and it's just constantly running, which would be fine, but it's like the original inception of the show, they didn't have to do that. Like they would
Yeah.
they would make their puns and whatnot.
It felt a
and-
little more organic.
Yeah,
But yeah, it
because
really
they were making fun of the movie.
Well, yeah, and it helps to let the audience hear
What's
some of the
going on.
dialogue and
Yeah.
all that of the real movie.
It's like, why is this bad? Because I can't
I can't
actually hear what's going on in the fucking movie
Yeah.
because
I'm not
you three
entertained.
won't shut the fuck up.
I'm not
like,
entertained
for
by
2
the
seconds.
movie itself.
Are
but
they doing like obscure films just like they used to do, or is it like
It's a little bit of a mix. Like they did a Rock Hudson movie called Avalanche, which
Okay.
actually it was a really good episode.
Yeah, you told me to watch that one.
And they did Star Crash actually.
okay? Star Crash is a great film.
So fucking-
I mean, it is.
for those who don't know what Star Crash is, it was one of those movies that came out in the aftermath of Star Wars.
Ooh.
When like just everyone was trying to
Ooh.
capitalize real quick. It was like, oh, like this movie that we didn't expect to do anything, like just blew the hell up. So let's capitalize on this shit. And like there were just a lot of really crappy sci-fi,
Laser blast.
which that's a great, old school, well, semi-old school MST3K.
Yeah.
That was the last episode they
Is
that
it?
they had on
that
Comedy
was,
that they had on Comedy Central.
yeah,
before
that
the movie
was,
stopped. It was Trace's last episode.
Yeah.
Isn't Hasselhoff in Star Crash?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How have I never seen this?
Oh, dude, it's so. I mean, I love Christopher Plummer. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
he's a great, thespian actor.
Yeah. This is amazing. Have you ever heard his metal band?
I didn't know he had a metal band.
Yeah. No, it's fucking weird. It's not horrible, but it definitely it's just like, and he's not singing. It's just metal playing, and it's basically Christopher Plummer like reciting lyrics.
Okay.
So it's
Well, hang on before you pull that up. Which that's interesting because Christopher Plummer's understudy was actually William Shatner. Which I don't know if a
that's
lot
what I
of
was
people.
about to say.
fucking
Like
kidding.
Shatner
Yeah,
does his stuff.
Yeah, and then,
Let-
so
let-
that makes a whole lot of sense.
Let me make sure I'm not completely fucking wrong. Continue. I'm just gonna do a quick Google.
Yeah, William Shatner, I guess apprenticed would be the word for it, but when he was up and coming, and like Christopher Plummer, I guess took him under his wing.
Oh no, I'm absolutely thinking of
because
the
they were
wrong
both
fucking guy.
They were both Shakespearean actors.
Yeah, that
Which-
didn't sound right. I was
No,
about to
yeah,
say,
this-
Plummer was like in his 50s during 50s.
No, this is still like a crazy old actor from like relatively the same era, but
Oh, so it wasn't Plummer that did the
no,
metal band? Okay.
no. Who the fuck was that? It was another like
Vincent
OG
Price.
actor. No, his name was Christopher. He was the dude. He was Saruman and Count Dooku.
Oh, fucking
Christopher
Lee.
Yeah. Ah,
Yeah.
God damn it. See, I've just been wrong as fuck. Citation needed.
It's all right.
Uncalled for.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
So that's the end of that rabbit hole.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
MST was awesome. New MST
Is okay. It's all right.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they've got Patton Oswalt on there, which is
helps.
great. Yeah.
That helps.
But another big problem for me with the new MST is like the intro, because they kind of went all out on it, which for me kind of takes away from like
with a very like homemade kind of like small town feel of the original stuff.
like it's not supposed to be like, especially when it's a show about riffing really under budget crappy movies.
Yeah.
When you have like this extravagant
The high
Production.
high production, intro for the show, like it's kind of like, what is this, man? Like,
Yeah, the original was more like a public access TV show.
and Joel and Mike, they both did their own intros. Like,
yeah.
and they kind of like outsourced, like the new guy Jonah, like he's not doing his own intro song, which kind of like that's part of the tradition, for me anyway.
Yeah. And the point is, it says I haven't heard the new theme song, but it says in the original theme songs, like from the initial run, because it ran for fucking 10 years, and they had like 3 or 4 different variations.
Yeah,
of,
Joel
of
had
the theme.
2 or 3, and then Mike had 2 or 3
Yeah.
different variations.
But it says in the fucking lyrics of the theme song, "Don't take this seriously.
Yeah,
We're just fucking.
it's just a show.
It's seriously puppets and a dude making fun of fucking
Just
bad
repeat
movies.
to yourself, it's just a show. I should really just relax. Which
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of missing that point with the new Inception, but
Well, we're old enough now to be
I
like.
don't like change.
Yeah, we're old enough now to be big whiny fanboys.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, let's see what else we got here.
Yeah. Moving on. Moving on from our obsessions.
I wanted to again because we're going to talk about movies and video games and television shows because it's just, this is how we occupy ourselves and kind of escape from reality because it's a suffocating anus. I was gonna say favorite games, like classic video games that you grew up with, like early shit. You know, some like because I I had older brothers who beat the shit out of me, so I learned to stay inside. Like, okay, if you don't go outside,
I'm not coming out of this room.
Adam's not gonna break your wrist. So, and I'm thinking I started playing video games probably before I could form memories, but between the ages of maybe like 5 and 10, or Chris, you can go on up to like 15.
Yeah. Shit, I don't even remember.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. I probably started playing video games in '83. I would say
How old were you then? 20?
9 years old. So
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
yeah,
Well, that's a good spot.
had a Commodore VIC-20, which
Good God.
yeah, they had cartridges. I mean, just like any other.
Fancy.
Yeah,
Early system.
yeah. But they also had you could essentially program games. I mean, they had magazines that you could buy with the whole code that you It took
Really?
fucking hours to just type in the code. My mom would actually do it.
Oh, nice.
She'd sit there and type in the code, and I mean, maybe it was her typing skills. Maybe that's why it took forever
She was
to
just
do it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, like they were real fucking elementary games. But I mean,
that does sound really neat. The fact that you could just get the code,
Yeah,
and
yeah, it
program
was-
your own game, or like program the game that someone submitted the code for. That's
Yeah, and-
actually
and
pretty neat.
it was all basic language, I think.
It's
so-
early modding.
Yeah, but it was, the games. Like I said, they sucked. But there was other games that Oh shit! I mean, Gorf was one of them.
Gorf.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that ever played a Commodore system knows Gorf. And then there was, excuse me, Jupiter Lander, which was a bastard of a game. It was. I mean, these games weren't fun, but they were fun in '83.
Well, they
I mean,
were
'cause-
interesting.
Yeah,
Like, look at what this thing can do.
yeah. I mean, and then next system was probably NES. Well, I mean,
Nice.
I played Atari, but I don't think I ever actually had a 2600.
We had a 2600 at my house, but Atari, like, I'm trying real hard not to hate on like the very like the systems that were like the burgeoning of video games, but Atari fucking sucked, man. Like,
And there were some really fucked up games on Atari too. Like, what was
E.T.?
the one? Yeah, E.T.
well, ET was just a fucking garbage fire.
Yeah. But what was the game on Atari where like you were a cowboy and like
Oh, Custer's Revenge.
yeah, Custer's Revenge where you had to
where you just dodge arrows and then you rape an Indian girl. I swear to God, I'm not making this shit up.
no it
Matt has
it's
seen
real.
it.
I've seen it.
This is not the fucking like collective misremembering of something.
I'm sure that game's a collector's item now.
Oh,
It's
no,
probably hard as
absolutely.
shit to
For
get.
all the worst reasons too.
Yeah.
It was the first AO game.
God.
Yeah, that existed. That was a
Yeah.
thing.
And like the little cowboy avatar like stick figure had like a fucking boner too.
Yeah, no, he has an erection. And then it's
It's
literally
like a little stick boner.
I think you start on the right side of the screen, and on the left side of the screen is a Native American girl tied to a post, and you have to, like, there are just arrows falling out of the sky, and you have to, like, kind of, I mean, not sidestep because it's fucking 2-dimensional,
Yeah.
but you kind of have to, like, watch your pace and dodge the arrows, and your reward for making it through each stage is to fucking savage a human being.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I've never heard of this, and I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, dude, that's a real fucking thing.
He pulled it up.
God.
Chris Googled it.
Oh yeah, and I forgot like
8-bit boner.
yeah,
No, that's like
and
4
then, and
bit.
then
Oh, yeah.
8-bit or 4-bit
Yeah.
titties.
Sorry.
Her titties are enormous. They wanted you to know that there were titties on this person.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's fucked up, man.
when I was in high school, in the computer lab, one of the guys put Leisure Suit Larry on the computer. and
Nice.
We'd always tell the teacher, "Hey, can we go play Jeopardy on the back computer?" She'd never come back there, and we're just all playing Leisure Suit
We're
Larry.
playing number munchers. That's what we had when I was in the computer lab. Number munchers. That was a terrible fucking game.
See, the only thing we really had was, which every child had in the computer lab
Ooh.
was Oregon Trail.
I know this one.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah,
died of
yeah.
dysentery.
You died of syphilis.
I don't know that you could get syphilis.
Yeah, like it's. I didn't know that syphilis was an airborne.
I sneezed and Matt caused syphilis. Because I am just riddled.
Like I guess that assume like I just. You have to assume in Oregon Trail that like at some point you stop on the trail and just
Just do some real dirty
stop
boning.
at a whorehouse. But they had to leave it out of the game, so just random syphilis. All right.
Good God.
Yeah, and like the teacher never explained why. It was like, what is syphilis? Yeah, just play the game.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah. Well, it becomes dementia, I think,
Yeah.
after it goes on long enough.
Yeah.
So get tested, kids.
I didn't realize Oregon Trail was that damn old. 1971 is when it came
Yeah.
out.
Holy crap. I didn't either.
Oh, man. No,
Playing it on those Apple II computers with the
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
With the
But-
keyboard was attached to the
yeah, and
monitor.
like the fucking 12-inch floppy disk that the size of your goddamn chest, like, just, like you have to use both hands to put it in there, and like, yeah.
Snap. It made that like weird click when you push the disc in.
But you had to be real careful because like if you didn't put it in right, you could snap the thing, like,
Yeah, just destroy the
'Cause it's-
weird little like magnetic.
yeah, because like the case was basically just
It was just a sheet of plastic.
yeah. It's like cardboard-like plastic or something. I don't know. I don't even know.
Corrugated plastic. Matt, like, did you have any like early favorites? growing up?
I really, really loved Battletoads.
Ooh, that game was hard as
It was hard, but it
fuck.
was fun.
Especially well if you had a buddy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was a game you didn't play by yourself. That
Yeah.
was a game like you'd go to a buddy's house, or like if
You'd take the
or
cartridge
if you
over
had
there.
it, someone
or-
would come over your house and like you would just fucking play Battletoads and get really frustrated at it. But
the jet ski level.
yeah,
The jet ski level. I don't think I ever beat that.
I don't think.
I don't think anyone ever
Yeah.
beat that. If you did, or if you want to claim that you did, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever played Battletoads either. I mean, that was a that one came out in the
In
late '80s,
like
early
mid to
'90s.
late 80s, yeah. It was on the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah.
There was one on Genesis too, wasn't there?
I think so.
Yeah.
Was
I
it
think so.
Genesis or was it just the original Sega?
I cannot remember for the life of me. I have no idea.
Which I've never played an original Sega because my first exposure to Sega was Sega Genesis
Yeah. Yeah.
at a Sam's Club when I was like 9.
Yeah, I had a Genesis, had an NES. I mean, had all the iterations of the Nintendos, and then Genesis, and then PlayStation. But
Yeah.
as far as favorite games, I mean, Ben, asked me, and I was just naming like crappy ass games that I played. But hell, with NES, probably Tecmo Bowl, Super Tecmo Bowl. I mean, I was always like a sports gamer, but also, oh shit, what am I trying to think of? Contra.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
that's everybody knows that game. Everybody knows the code.
Yeah. Speaking of Contra, there like 10, 15 years ago, there was a band called Contraband, and they would set up like a projector screen with two dudes and like a NES system or whatever. What was Contra on? Was it on?
It was on regular NES.
Yeah. And they would have two dudes on stage, like kind of like off to the side, and then they have a band, and the band would play the Contra soundtrack while
Fucking
these two
sweet.
dudes. Yeah, it was awesome. It was really cool, actually. And yeah, like they would just play through the game while the band behind them would play the soundtrack to Contra.
Yeah, I mean, Konami just killed it back then, man.
Oh my
They were the shit on the NES. I mean, like, of course, Castlevania, but
Oh man.
Yeah.
Gradius. Did you ever play Gradius?
No, I never did.
Oh, that's a damn shame. That game was hard as fuck. But yeah, it was a little spaceship. You
Oh,
could
yeah.
go up, down.
Oh yeah. I did play that actually.
Yeah, those were a lot of fun. You could like do little upgrades, and if you use the Konami code, like you would in Contra to get like 30 extra men, it would just give you every power up like right at the beginning. I love Konami, definitely just knocking it dead back then.
Does anyone remember Sega TV?
Vaguely.
Where it's like, I didn't have it, but a buddy that lived down the street from me had it. Where it's like, you plug this big giant like box thing.
Hulking
Yeah, just this
contraption.
like it was like, if memory serves correctly, it was roughly the size of your Sega Genesis that you stuck into the top where the cartridge goes, and then you had to plug it into the wall where the cable box, like the little
Like where your cable,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
the cable actually runs into the house.
and then like you paid like $20 a month or something. You got to play pretty much.
Fuck you.
Yeah, but you got
oh, so it
a
was like
shit ton of like Sega games that you could play, but like it wasn't the entire catalog. Like if I remember correctly, like they would rotate out different games.
So it was the first game subscription.
Yeah.
yeah,
Neat.
it was pre-internet. I mean, internet was around, but it was before everybody had it.
Yeah, it was like the first like streaming like game service.
This game is 12 megabytes. How the fuck do you expect me to fucking... Oh.
Which that was my experience playing the Water World game.
Oh, Christ. Was it as bad as the movie?
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
Now,
But then again, I don't really remember because like I think I was over at my buddy Chad's house and we were playing it, and I think we played it all but 5 minutes, and then we're just like, all right, let's take this thing out and
put in literally
put Mortal-
anything else.
let's put
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat Trilogy back in, and
Nice.
then he would just beat this shit out of me.
Just wait. I would rather just get my ass kicked
Yeah.
than play Waterworld the game. Well, I am a huge fucking nerd, and like again, I discovered that hanging out outside with my brothers at an early age was just gonna cause injury and trauma. So at some point, we had a black and white CRT TV in our bedroom because we lived in a little house and there was just like fucking a million of us. And I would just play Castlevania, which I sucked at. I enjoyed for a lot of reasons because it's really like, I mean, even it was 8-bit games, but it was really like dark and horrible, and it had the like really sweet, like MIDI soundtrack. But yeah, like Mega Man. I just fucking love Mega Man. Those were good times. Because I mean, of course, it was a basic logic puzzle when it came to like beating the bosses. As far as like, oh well, I beat Fireman, so obviously Iceman's just gonna be my bitch now. Fuck him.
What was his power again?
And it was that way for so fucking long. Like I think now I haven't played 11 yet. I want to, but I'm pretty sure that it's still just very basic. Like, oh, turns out you can beat Rock Man with Drill Man's power or whatever.
Which, as fun as Mega Man was, like just the lamest villains, like just
Oh yeah,
Cut Man.
Cut Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's in
His powers were like he threw scissors at
yeah,
you.
he threw scissors.
Yeah.
Which I think, if I remember correctly, Bomb Man. If you used Cut Man's scissor power on Bomb Man, which I assume the logic was it would cut the wick
Yeah.
on the bomb, but I don't remember Mega Man 1 that well because I beat it once and it's such a fucking pain in the ass game. It's
Yeah.
so goddamn hard. I was like, look, I did it once. That's all I needed.
Which the cover for
Oh,
Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2, like, just totally misrepresent the game altogether.
It was a regular dude in like blue spandex with a
And he had a-
motorcycle helmet.
Yeah, and he had a pistol. Like,
Yeah. That's not a robot.
Yeah.
Mega Man's. I remember even being like 6 years old and being like, Mega Man's a robot. That's not Mega Man. What are you guys doing? No, it occurred to me when you were talking about how bad the villains are in Mega Man 4, which admittedly had like Pharaoh Man, who was.
Yeah.
But it also had Toad Man, who literally just made it rain, and then his
Did it rain frogs?
No, it would just rain.
Oh.
And it covered the entire screen, so there was no way you could get away from the damage it dealt.
Oh, wow.
There's just no way to get away from that. Those were excellent times. But 8-bit, that was like my training, and then Super Nintendo came around, and I convinced my mom to get me one for Christmas one year, and she was like, okay, this thing costs like $300 fucking dollars, so this is everyone's gift. But I was the only one using it because my brothers were off like sneaking out and smoking cigarettes, and I would just stay home and play Mega Man or Metroid, Super Metroid. Holy shit!
Yeah, I was about to mention Metroid. I mean, either one of them. They're both classic, great games.
I don't think I've ever played a bad Metroid game.
Well, I was talking about the first two actually.
Yeah.
but
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
But another NES game which I still think it's underrated. Everybody says 1 or 3 is the best, but I think Super Mario Brothers 2 is the best.
Ooh. Ouch. Ugh.
Love it.
Which that wasn't even
It
originally a Mario Brothers game.
No, it was a
different
Japanese
Yeah.
game that they rebranded as a Mario game.
Which is why everything in the game is so weird and
Yeah.
just
Like you
doesn't
throw
make.
in
The
radishes.
soundtrack is amazing. I mean, like,
I won't argue with that.
I just think it was completely different. You know, I mean, like it.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, it was groundbreaking, and it's better than 3 in my opinion. I mean, everybody loves 3, but yeah.
Well, I hate Mario.
I was more of a Duck Hunt kind of guy myself, anyway.
Shooting that
Fuck
stupid
that
dog.
goddamn dog.
Did you have the robot?
Piece of shit dog.
The robot
Oh,
for the
the-
NES.
No, I didn't.
Fucking
That
Rob.
thing was worthless. I mean, it was a piece of shit. Had that and the
Did you have
little
the
pad, the running pad.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
I didn't have the
God.
running pad, but a buddy of mine did.
I remember my mom hating that thing because it came with like there was like the Olympics game or something. When like one of them, it was like track and field.
Yeah, track and
Yeah,
field's
track and field.
awesome.
I just remember my mom hating that because we'd be like in our bedroom just like stomping rapid fire. Like
Did you ever come across the asshole kid who would like have that fucking running pad at his house? First time I ever played that game, I think his name was Taylor or something. I can't remember. But
of course his name was Taylor.
yeah, of course, fucking rich kid. Like his parents were loaded. But I was hanging out over there one day, and he was like, "Hey, you want to play track and field with me?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." How do you? He's like, "Well, you just you stand on the pad and you just run."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, cool." And then so I get on the pad, and he's sitting back away from it a little bit. And I was like, "Dude, aren't you gonna get?" I was like, "No, I got it. It's fine." Just so he hits start, and I'm just
Running your
running
ass
away,
off.
and like he's fucking slapping it with his goddamn hands.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the fuck
Yeah,
are you?" And then he
yeah.
beat me. He's like, "You
Yeah.
fucking asshole."
Well, he
Just
also
use
probably
the controller at that point.
yeah.
he probably also earned a lot of we used to call them stone bruises when you hit something really hard with your hand, and then you get that weird little like purple knot under your skin, and it just hurts on contact.
Mm-hmm.
So he paid for that.
Yeah.
He paid for that.
Yeah. It was like I'm just, like 8 years old. It's like you cheater! You cheated!
You fucking cheater. That was my brother. Anytime he was just like straight out, like just sucking out loud or just losing real hard, he would be like, "This fucking game cheats," and he would on the Super Nintendo he would just hit the reset, it just clack. Like, no, dude, that was your turn. You used your turn when you hit the fucking reset button. Rotate in, pass the controller.
So we're going to Super Nintendo now because
Which I never had a Super NES. I went straight from the original NES
Yeah.
straight to Sega Genesis.
yeah, I think that was the one. I said we had all of them, but I think we skipped that one because I got a Genesis. I think Genesis came out right around the same time.
Actually,
and-
I'm going to change my answer for favorite game of all time. King of the Monsters 2.
Ooh, that was a
That
lot
was
of
a really
fun.
fun game. Because it wasn't just a side scroller. It was like it was kind of 3-dimensional a little bit.
Yeah, you could like move up and down the field
Yeah.
and like grab your enemy and throw them into buildings and
Yeah,
shit like that.
that
It
game was awesome.
was pretty fucking neat.
Which I'm pretty sure that was why I wanted a Sega Genesis. To
Yeah,
begin
that was
with,
a Sega game.
which I didn't get that game right away because my parents, like, we were at Sam's Club, and I was playing the Sega Genesis, and it was Sonic Pinball,
Oh no.
and so they bought it for me for Christmas, and Sonic Pinball came with it, and so that was the only game I had for like months.
Oh no.
Which I got fairly decent at it, but then at the same time I hated it so much.
Not a good game.
It's like, fuck this game, but it's the only one I have.
I'm trying to think of just straight up like just garbage games that I came across. When I was a kid, I think I would just play anything, or I'd at least give it a shot. And I don't really remember, aside from fucking, of course, the Atari 2600 ET. I think
yeah,
that was
everybody hated that game though.
no one enjoyed that.
I mean, who's the angry video game nerd? I believe he was like the first to.
Wait, which game?
ET.
The ET on
Oh,
Atari.
Yeah.
I think he was the first one to actually put something on YouTube about it.
And just be like, what a fucking
Wasn't
dog's
yeah.
dinner.
Wasn't there an Indiana Jones game for Atari, or am I?
You might be thinking of Pitfall.
I might be thinking of
Pitfall was
I might be
actually
thinking of
fun.
Return of the Jedi. Actually, never mind. I'm sorry.
Ooh, there was some.
That was a
There were some really
that was a
bad.
steaming pile of shit.
There were some really bad Atari games,
Yeah.
and
There are also some fun ones too, like Space Invaders. Like,
Space Invaders wasn't bad.
Yeah, but a lot of this is revisionist history. I mean, back then we probably thought those games were fucking awesome.
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like now you look at them, and yeah, of course they're crap. But
Revisiting your childhood and realizing the things you loved were just hot garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, there's classics that will, Tetris and Pac-Man and Space Invaders.
Pac-Man.
All those are never going to be.
Pac-Man.
We meet again, Pac-Man. God. All right. I feel like that's a.
What was the first PlayStation 1 game you ever?
Ooh, I remember this really fucking vividly. Because again, I'm still to this day, I love Mega Man so much. And one year for my birthday, I got a PlayStation 1, and I don't think if it came with a game, it wasn't a very good one. It was something I completely forgot.
Mine came with a demo disc that had a bunch of different.
Yeah, you and I have talked about playing
Yeah.
the demo for like Soul Reaver
Yeah.
again and again and
Tekken
again.
3 was on it for some reason.
But yeah,
Which-
it was one of those like compilation demo discs.
What was that game where like you had a bomb in your chest and like you were like in a cube puzzle,
I know what you're talking about.
and if you didn't solve it right, your guy just
blew up. Yeah, and there was like a competitive thing you could play with like a friend,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, weren't you like you were in like a box?
Yeah, it was. It was.
And
a
it would like
cube.
rotate.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a cube,
yeah.
and you would rotate it to like
Oh,
get to
fuck! What
a
the
certain
what was
point.
that
If you didn't make
called?
it, like within the time allotted, like just boom.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of that game, but I remember it being like really fun and frustrating.
I mean, I remember I would just purposely not solve the puzzle so my guy would blow
Boom.
up.
Fuck 'em. I asked for. Go ahead, Chris. What do you got?
Oh well, that's my favorite PlayStation game. Of
Oh,
all time.
nice.
Twisted Metal. I mean,
A lot of
still
fucking fun.
I remember
still
one.
a fucking
Yeah,
great
one year
game.
for Christmas, I got both Twisted Metal and Twisted Metal 2,
Ooh,
and dude,
just
my weekends were booked for months.
I definitely remember being like 12 or 13 and just sitting in my room all the time, and I would listen to. I think at that point I had like 3 or 4 CDs, and I would just listen to like. It was Rammstein's second album, and I had like a best of Soundgarden, and I would just listen to those all the time and just play Twisted Metal.
Nice.
Better days. Better days.
I remember the reason why I wanted a PlayStation was because I saw a commercial for Soviet Strike,
Yeah.
and that I don't care what anyone says, that game was awesome.
Red Alert.
Command and Conquer Red Alert.
Yeah, that was.
I played that on
tits.
PC though. I never played that on.
I can't PC game. I'm terrible. Oh, but yeah, the birthday where I got my PlayStation, and I requested because I was still young enough to just be like, I want this for my birthday. I got the PlayStation, and I asked for Mega Man X4, which to this day is a fucking excellent game. And I remember being absolutely crushed because my mom's boyfriend at the time brought me, or they might have been split up. He kind of hung around for a while just because he liked me a lot, and that was the guy I like grew up with. But he was like, "Yeah, I'll get you that game for your birthday," and it was my birthday, and I got like, here's the PlayStation, yay! And then he hands me this big, sort of, it didn't look like a CD case. It was a fucking big, square, flat box, and I shredded the paper off of it like a little savage, and it was like a Kincaid jigsaw puzzle. I shred the paper off, and I'm looking at a jigsaw puzzle of like a house with a water wheel and like flowery bushes. And I was like so fucking, I just like, when you get really mad really quick and you could like, you break a sweat, like you feel your skin get hot. And I was just so like, this is not what I wanted. And I
Open the box.
I popped open the top, and Mega Man X4 still in the fucking cellophane.
Yep.
And I remember
Nice.
my buddy Tyrell was there with me, and we both we just threw the fucking puzzle. like get this out of my face. And we just held Mega Man X4 up in the air like fucking Mufasa holding up Simba at the beginning of The Lion King. Like, this is it. We've done it.
So you were basically that kid that opened up the N64 for Christmas, like, yes, yes.
In a lot of ways,
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of did something similar to one of my friends for his birthday. I gave him a Wham CD for his birthday. Of course, it was my mom's CD case, and he opened it up, and I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, put it in. Let's listen, man." He didn't even look at the CD, and he put it in there, and out comes Dougie Fresh. So it was like,
Nice.
it was like, yeah, dude, you think I thought I was gonna give you a fucking Wham CD, man? He was like, man, I don't want to play this.
Put it
Ruined the
in, man.
fucking
Don't you
party,
appreciate
man.
my gift?
Yeah. Don't be an asshole.
I
Like,
spent $15 on this. This
Yeah.
is 1987.
yeah.
That's a lot of money.
This is a very
Yeah.
nice cassette tape that I bought for you.
Another weird little anecdote as far as like video games and joke gifts go, and this is, oh my god, I still, this makes me so happy. I got a PlayStation 3 after my Xbox 360 blew up a million times, like clockwork. Every like 3 months, my 360 had some kind of fucking problem, and it's my fault for trusting Microsoft to do anything correctly. Not that Apple's good. I fucking hate Apple. Eat a dick.
And we're recording on an Apple right now.
Yay! It's good for this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I like my iPhone personally, but
I fucking hate. Well, that's another.
We'll
that's a whole other
get
subject.
on that
Yeah,
another time.
Fucking iPhones, man.
So I got the PlayStation 3 and it's just in love with it. And I still I don't throw away the box for like a console. Like my PS4 box is still like in my closet. But I kept my PS3 box just to I think sit my console on to keep it off the carpet, because you don't want your fucking console breathing in goddamn all the detritus in your carpet. And I came home one day, I went to visit my girlfriend over the weekend. I came home, it was around Christmas time, and my box is just gone. And I was like, that's fucking weird. Who just went in my room and fucking took the box, pristine box for my PS3. And it was like a couple days went by where I was just like, whatever, it's okay. Maybe mom came in and just was like, oh, it's a fucking empty cardboard box, to throw this shit away.
Yep.
And then it came out that my youngest niece took the box and filled it with odd pieces of 2x4, where my stepdad had done some remodeling or built us a new deck or something, and there were just all these little odd pieces of 2x4 that he got trimmed down and all that, and it just were useless. So she took my PS3 box and she filled it with odd pieces of 2x4, and then she wrapped it in wrapping paper and took it to her dad's house and put it under the Christmas tree and wrote, from, she and her sister were like, hey, Dad, me and her got you this for Christmas. And so their dad, who is kind of an asshat, Christmas morning picks up this box from my nieces and shreds the paper off, and on the outside it's like PlayStation 3 blah, blah. And he looks at it and he just lights up like, oh my god, how did you do this? Fucking A, this is cool. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna, fire it up. And he actually opens the box, and it's just odd pieces of wood.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 2x4 scraps. And honestly, I mean,
he had to love it. Tricks are fun.
That's like a
Yeah.
$350 trick.
Yeah,
I know the guy well enough. He probably had a laugh, but it probably took him about 20 minutes before the burning rage of just being teased with a PS3.
who is this?
Oh, this is Claire and Emily's dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
Well,
not a great dude. So when they were like,
I've
yeah.
heard stories.
But yeah, when they were like, I was like, where did my fucking PS3 box go? And they were like, oh, well, we tricked Dad into thinking we bought him a PS3, and then it was just filled with pieces of wood. And to me, that's I was like, oh, so he got coal in his stocking.
yeah, I was about to say, if they could have got coal, that would have been.
That made me so happy. I did give Justin a lump of coal one year.
Really?
Well,
Why?
Well, because he and I had really similar interests, but he was so much older than me that, his bedroom was this insane cave of just cool shit. He had all these comic books and high-end action figures, and I would come in and be like, "Can I play with your X-Men figures?" And he'd be like, "No, get out of here."
Yeah. If I remember correctly, Brad and I got Nicole a box of rocks. if I do, and I think she cried. I think she was like 6 or 7. I can't remember. I mean, we had a good laugh.
I'm having a good laugh now.
I'm pretty sure we did. I mean, I probably will get corrected whenever she listens to this, but I remember
I
her
was
getting a box
9.
of Ryan. Dude.
Damn it. That's awesome. Yeah, no,
Thank you for my pet rocks.
it's like my littlest pet rocks.
Yeah.
We didn't want to separate them from their brothers and sisters.
And it was just like
got a
driveway
family.
gravel,
Yeah.
you know. It was like shitty rocks.
What
It
kind
wasn't
of
even-
monster would I be?
if I took
Just
the
took
gravel.
one pet rock. Here's a whole box.
Yeah, Justin pissed me off one year, and I remember him being like personally offended because I just took like 3 or 4 like Kingsford charcoal briquettes. And
That wasn't even coal, man. It's
well, in my
charcoal.
in my tiny mind, it was coal.
Yeah.
I thought you got like real coal, but
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
for, dude,
Well,
it's,
I'm not in West Virginia.
it's for the grill you're gonna get one day.
Yeah. So yeah,
Hang on to that.
in my head, stealing a couple of charcoal briquettes was coal,
Yeah.
and I put it in an empty, the little cuboid like Kleenex box. So I just put them in an empty Kleenex box and wrapped them up, and it was just like, basically, it was like, "Fuck you, Justin." And I remember him cracking that open on Christmas morning and just looking at me like, "You little asshole." But we're also talking about my brother who duct taped my head to the television screen for sitting too close and he couldn't see. And I remember him saying, "If you keep getting in front of the TV, I will tape your head to it." Now,
I mean, he warned you.
well, no one in my family realized how fucking terribly blind I am, like desperately blind, until I was like 12 or 13. So there was a reason why I was sitting so close to the TV. I couldn't fucking see. And I just kept like creeping closer, and he got so fucking mad. He used to have a lot of like, his temper was really bad. He's better now. But he duct taped my head to the television.
So that's where you get it from, though. Like it's like your second or third week working at the Caper. We were hanging out at the bar, and that dude was like just pestering you and like trying to he was trying to pick on you, wasn't he?
Hold on, who we?
And then you were like, if you don't fuck off,
Oh,
I'm gonna embarrass you. And then he just kept going, and he was a large man, like not muscular, but
he was a big fella, but he did no muscle tone to speak of.
yeah, he was a bit hefty, and Ben just started slapping his man titties around.
Well, I warned him ahead of time.
Yeah, you're like, if you don't fuck off, I'm gonna embarrass you. And then he just kept going, and Ben just proceeds to start
He
flailing his hands around his man tits,
I
just slapping him back
didn't-
and forth.
I threw a combo breaker on this guy's fucking man tits. But yeah, like I think
And then
just,
we never saw him again.
I think just growing up the way I did just taught me a very cerebral type of bullying.
But is that bullying? Like if the bully won't leave you alone and you just embarrass him in front of everyone?
Well, I try not to be malicious, but if you pull it out of me, then yeah, I'm well equipped. And yeah, like that guy.
Because that dude had he didn't know what to do. Like then he tried to like come at you,
Oh yeah,
and
no,
then Blue just ran his face down like the brick wall.
Oh, that was my favorite part of that whole thing because I slapped his titties around and he was stunned, and he was like, "I bet you won't do it again."
Were you working at? I mean, like
He
I,
just
I was
started at the Cape.
I was at the.
but I mean, like when this happened. were
No,
you-
no.
we were
We
at
were at the
Benchwarmers.
bar.
Okay, I was just
fucking
wondering what
around.
kind of
If
ass
he had
hat
did that
this-
at work, that would have been even better.
Well, I was just wondering why would this guy come in and like just start berating him and
No, we were. It was you and Blue and maybe Peach, but it was a bunch of the restaurant crew hanging out on the back porch at the local bar, and yeah, he just happened to be out there, and he was one of those guys who just kind of like pushed his way into a conversation, like, "Hey, I'm cool too," and I'm just being like, "Dude, I don't know you. Fucking go away. Who are you?" just my typical morose self, and yeah, he said something, and I was like, if you don't go away, I'm gonna make you feel bad. And he kept talking, so I just I skipped past like whatever possible conversation there could have been. Started smacking titties, and he just kind of froze, and you could see him be like, "What the fuck? That's not."
Processing.
Yeah, and then he was like, "I bet you won't do it again." And I just gave him a couple, like 2 or 3 quick licks. And yeah, he that was my favorite part. Is he just kind of tried to like charge me, and I just took like a step to the left. Like, okay, well now you're just gonna run into a brick wall, and Blue just happened to be like right behind him, and just put him in a headlock, and you could hear. I don't know if you've.
It was uncomfortable. It really was.
The sound was very cringy. Like you could tell he lost a little bit of hair because Blue put him in a headlock and took his head, the top of his head, down the fucking brick wall, and then he was like, "Let go of me." And my favorite part was Blue just going, "He warned you."
And then Blue and I laughed about that for months, like every day. Like anytime you would walk into the door, you'd be like, there's that guy.
Oh, sugar tits. Yeah, we don't see him around anymore these days.
No. I don't even know who that guy was.
I think well, I'm not gonna say his name. We're not gonna get into names.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna end up bleeping names out of the fucking show because
Great, more work for me.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Well, we haven't really mentioned any names in an inflammatory fashion.
No, but
Taylor Swift.
yeah.
Well,
Honestly, I
well,
feel
that's
like
already out in the ether. That's out there. There's
feel
no
like
taking that back.
well, that can be deleted and re-uploaded after editing, or honestly, I feel like
What was that?
I feel like public figures are kind of just up for grabs, but like
Yeah, they're in the public domain. It's fine.
But yeah, like in our town, like there's a lot of like local businesses, and it's a very small, tight knit community. So like people and like businesses and stuff, we just like probably best to just just not.
Yeah, if you're local, you're good. Even if we hate your guts.
Yeah, yeah. Even if we hate you, we're not gonna just spread your shit all over the internet.
We'll describe you perfectly so people know who we're talking about.
Yeah, but we'll give you alternate names.
Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
Not in this episode.
We're at about an hour. Do you guys want to knock out like one more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I was gonna do favorite bands or bands you hate. Real quick.
Ooh.
This isn't a quick. This is
No,
like
that's
a
not
whole.
quick at all.
Yeah,
That's
this is
a
like
whole-
a whole episode.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's we can touch on these. We're gonna
Yeah.
touch on these things from time to time.
Yeah.
I personally, again, I'm gonna suck Neil's dick a little bit here, and say I fucking love Lemon Demon.
It's pretty good.
It's so fucking weird because I'm a metalhead through and through, and it's completely out of what you would expect me to fire up, like if we're like just jamming out at work.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking good because
It's definitely outside of your usual catalog.
oh yeah, like normally it would be like Fear Factory and like Mastodon and just like let's go, and then. But I think it's the lyrical content that makes it, because it's either completely fucking silly or just the most macabre, insane shit. But yeah,
Sorry, my mic keeps popping for some reason. I think my connection is kind of weird. Anyway, sorry.
I mean, it's
well,
all good.
When we get more money, we're gonna get clips. to
Yeah.
hold them.
Yeah.
I'm the only one with an arm. Yay!
Yep.
Look at me, I'm fancy. I didn't buy it. It's on our producer. He wins the prize for making all this fucking happen. But yeah, like again, Neil Ciceria, everything that he does is fucking gold. And Lemon Demon,
Solid gold.
Wilhelm, it seems.
Perfect.
Every time. But yeah, I discovered that shit, and I just can't, like, it's so fucking good. Like, I listened to, like, of course, Two Trucks is just completely fucking silly, but it's also this amazing satire on, like, the like,
The
you
whole
know,
chauvinist, like,
yeah, and especially specific to, the U.S.,
my
like-
truck's got nuts.
look, that's a masculinified man. I think of the guy who goes to the bar sometimes who has the, like, super obnoxious, completely fucking superfluous, the train.
Yeah.
It fucking.
We don't know his last name, but of course his first name is Cody.
Are you serious? Is
yeah.
that you?
His name is, like,
fuck you.
like he he sped off one night. I was over at Fishbowl, and then he like, and we're all like, "Fuck you!" Like, as he's pulling out of the parking lot, like, and this some girl that was sitting at a table outside who works at the same place that he does. She goes, "Yeah, that's Cody." And I went, "Of fucking course his name is Cody. Why wouldn't it be?"
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely awesome. I'm glad I know that now.
Yeah. Fucking Cody.
No offense to the Cody that we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that was not his choice.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm gonna
Like, more so Cody the caricature, not
Oh yeah.
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 because
It's like the name Travis. You know, you're just like, God. But I know some Travises that are actually cool. But
oh yeah, no,
usually it's
What's up, Caleb?
bruh, bruh, I'm gonna get my grape vape on, dude. I'm gonna go down to the vape store. I'm a serial vapist, bruh.
I'm Cody, and this is my brothers, Caleb and Tanner.
And every time they say anything, it's like, shut up, bitch. You little bitch. Fuck you up. Why are you talking to my friends, dude? I'm trying to get my Cool Ranch on.
God damn it.
That folded Chris up a little bit. You think they make Cool Ranch vape fluid? like
We gotta take it back to the house, play some Call of Duty, bruh.
I'm gonna get my zombies on, dude. World of War for life, bro. All those games suck.
you got the code red, man.
I'll get that Baja Blast.
Wait, what is the new?
Don't talk shit about that. That's some good stuff.
Baja Blast sucks ass, dude.
What is it like? It's like melon flavored Mountain Dew
I
or
don't know.
something.
I
Dude,
fucking
it's-
hate melon. I hate coconut, but there's something about that, man. It's just when I go
That
to
has
Taco
Cody
Bell, I
written
have to
all
get it.
over it. Is what it is.
Get my blast on.
Why? It tastes good with tacos. Damn it!
I'll just soak. I
don't drink Mountain Dew, but shit, that stuff.
No,
man.
Mountain Dew. Like
Mountain Dew.
I mean,
Well, there goes another.
yeah. We're just fucking
Another-
going off
It's
on
another
tangents
potential
tonight, man.
endorsement.
It's like,
another
Oh,
sponsor
shit,
we're
yeah,
never gonna
yeah.
have.
no Mountain Dew, no fucking Disney. So
Now we haven't talked shit about Taco Bell because at the end of the day, I mean, when it's
Dude, it's the perfect drunk food.
when it's
At the end of
3
the
in the
day.
morning,
oh yeah.
So you got Taco Bell and Waffle House. Like,
a Waffle House. I need that Waffle House money. I'm trying to get my waffle taco on.
special lady waiting for you at the Taco Bell. Wait, Waffle House. Sorry. Special hombre waiting for you at the Taco Bell.
Good God, I love. Apparently, the Taco Bell's doing that promotion where they're giving away Xbox Ones, and Jordan was like, "I want one of those. I want one of those. No, I want that. I won't get one of them." He said that the ones they're giving away are like special editions because when you turn them on, instead of making the typical Xbox One, the X beard noise, it does the Taco Bell like bong.
Oh, wow.
and that makes me really sad.
It's like subliminal advertising.
Yeah,
where
like
they're
every
just-
time you fire up the X beard,
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Bernie.
Ah, bruh. Call of Duty, dude.
I'm a-
I want
I'm
some
a-
Taco Bell.
I'm gonna
I want some Taco Bell for some reason, dog.
feeling hungry for some fucking. Wait,
Let me get some Cool Ranch. Let me get some Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Tacos, bruh.
do they make those?
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
no.
always give you nacho though if you don't ask. For
Yeah,
the
you have
Cool
to
Ranch.
ask.
Oh, you
But-
gotta get
yeah,
specific.
But they're not as good as the nacho cheese ones. And
No,
shit, I mean,
Why
Cool
would-
Ranch Doritos are better than nacho cheese, but the fuck, it doesn't translate into the taco.
it just doesn't
Yeah,
fit.
yeah.
Ranch on a taco.
Well, they do that anyway. They
That's
got
gonna be
like a
my new
ranch sauce.
band.
Fuck, people put ranch on everything.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna talk about my wife and her ranch obsession, but
I have bacon ranch in my refrigerator right now.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's
Like,
bacon ranch within 60 feet of us. I'm sorry.
what is it?
when you're fucking
Hidden Valley.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Dude,
See, okay.
When you are just blitzed out of your mind at the end of the night, like ranch is the perfect condiment.
The fucked up thing is like
I hate myself every time I fucking do it. It's like,
I'm telling you, it might have been 3 nights ago that I came home and just made a big stupid salad. I was drunk as fuck, and I know that a salad is not drink food.
Oh, dude, I'll eat a salad if I'm drunk as shit.
Got like cauliflower and some broccoli with some carrots and shit. I had
Man.
mushroom and red onion.
oh yeah,
I'll pay $12 for a damn all-you-can-eat buffet and just eat.
Yeah, and just hit the salad bar.
like three or four
which
four
brings
trips.
us,
Okay, yeah.
which brings us to Ryan. Our trip to Ryan's like what 2 years ago.
Yeah, Chris, did you ever
No, I wanted to be involved in this, but
hear, if
But
you
knew,
heard
but you knew about it.
oh yeah, I knew about
the
it.
Ballad of Ryan's
Yeah.
And then it closed like 2 months.
it was
later.
like no, it wasn't even 2 months. It was like 2 weeks.
We killed Ryan's.
I think Ryan's killed us.
Yeah.
Is what happened. So Bernie and I and a couple of friends and like what was he? Your current fiance, like your fiance. She was your girlfriend at the time. She's
Yeah,
your
but she's
fiance
now
now.
my fiance.
And like my brother and we made this. And my favorite part of this is that you and I knew exactly
What we were getting
doing.
ourselves into.
And
Yeah.
everyone else seemed surprised. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go hit the buffet.
It's like, no, this is sad. Like,
It's Ryan's.
this is pathetic. Like,
Yeah, they all seemed to think we were gonna have a nice time.
Like,
And
no,
then
we're going to stuff
We're-
ourselves and feel
it-
horrible after.
it's an exercise in masochism.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to hurt
Anytime
ourselves.
you go to a buffet, it is.
Yeah.
and our intestines are gonna resent us for this.
Which, of course, you and I went straight for the salad bar
Oh yeah, nah.
right out the
You
gate.
got to get those stomach muscles,
Yeah.
you know,
But, like,
moving a little bit before
Ben
you,
and I both like piled our plates,
Just huge, stupid salads.
and we come back to the table, and everyone else is looking at us like, "Really, y'all got salads?" And like,
No, I
yeah, we got salads.
You-
Why-
your lady was the first
There's a
one.
strategy.
Who's
Yeah.
like, you're starting with salad. I'm like, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's the only thing here that's not gonna ruin me. And and then of course
but
we
you
got
don't know.
fucking,
There's a lot of E. coli on that.
Giardia,
Yeah.
the but yeah, and then Blue's making fucking like macaroni tacos.
Yeah.
And
How'd that work out?
well, that was the best thing is that everyone went home because I feel like we tied a little bit of a drunk on before we went, and then we went and ate ourselves stupid. Everyone went home and went to bed
Yeah,
at like 6,
6 on a Sunday afternoon.
and then woke up at like 8 or 9. And I remember all of us like texting each other, or my brother was living with me at the time. Every line of communication after
Was
we woke
just,
up was,
ow.
"Hey, after you woke up, did your ass explode? Did you have an explosion?" Because
And this is no different than any other trip to Ryan's or Golden Corral or.
Oh no, we're gonna take a trip to Golden Corral. at
It
some
always
point.
seems like a good idea before, and then halfway through it,
Because
you're like,
Ryan's
why?
Ryan's was
Again, we
the
went
poor man's Golden Corral, which that says volumes.
about our trip. Well, my favorite thing is I remember looking around at the people who were eating, because we sat like far away from everyone, like just tuck ourselves back in this dark corner of this fucking place. And I remember, like, as I'm eating, looking at people in booths, you know, a little ways away from us, and just going, guys, we're at the flea market of
Dude,
restaurants.
seriously. Like the couple of times that I would randomly go to the Chinese buffet that we have in town, and I would go by myself. And then I would get my food, and I'd look around and just see the manner of
No, you know what?
patrons in there, and I'm just like,
You know what
should I really be here?
You know what the really odd thing is about the Chinese buffet here? I mean, and this is totally not a racist observation, but
I'm not a racist.
99% of the people in there are Hispanic. I mean, it's like odd. You don't see any Asians in there eating
No.
because they know better.
It's Hispanic,
cooking at
like, you
home.
got Hispanics and then fat white people. And
I mean,
it's
like, I'm just
not,
like,
I'm not Hispanic.
do
but
they
I'm
like
also not a fat white
Chinese
person.
food that much? Or, you know, I mean, like, they have Americanized food in there, but
Yeah.
it's like, I just I don't understand it. I mean, like, and then I'm like, well, fuck, I'm here. What the, you know, like, I mean, but they do have sushi there, and it's not
passable.
horrible.
It's passable
I mean,
for
it's
buffet
better
sushi.
than like buying sushi at the grocery store.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good times.
And
I mean-
usually that's what I would go there for.
Yeah.
Is it's like $9 all the sushi you can eat, and then on my second plate it's like,
Yeah.
what is
paid-
wrong with me?
I paid $9 for this.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bad idea. So when we going again? We're gonna.
Well, we're gonna
Oh no, I
plan it sometime soon.
Yeah, honestly, I'm down. That and I'm gonna go ahead. I feel like we can fill like another 10 minutes. We're gonna be running about a 90-minute episode
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah.
But what I want to do, of course, the Golden Corral trip. I want to make that happen, and we're gonna suffer.
Oh yeah.
It's not gonna be good. But we've been talking about this for like 2 years. I want to get, I would say, about 7 or 8 townies and go to Applebee's.
Oh God.
Yeah, you've said this before.
Yeah.
I will. Let's go to China Buffet, man. Oh.
See, I'm not going to eat anything there.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
So you're gonna eat at Applebee's?
no, that's not that. No, the objective is not to eat. It's to go to.
Oh yeah, the drink. Yeah.
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 Get
Well, you know they have
Fucked up.
they have the dollar special shit they're doing now. Like every month they have like either a $1 or a $2 drink, because, I mean, I don't know if they've stopped it. They started it I think last year.
They'll stop after
They
we
were
come
doing
in.
$1 Long Island iced teas.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, holy fuck. I'm like,
See,
I should have gone then just to watch. You know,
I was thinking $1 margaritas or something.
Well, they
like
did
would
that
be-
too, but they did
Yeah.
Long Island iced teas. I think last December because I just
Fuck you.
and I was like, what? I mean, obviously it was like a little 6-ounce cup or,
Oh, fuck off.
but still,
I
that's
will get belligerent.
yeah. I mean, like, and of course they were probably all pre-mixed with and watered down. I mean, it is
Oh, yeah,
Applebee's,
it's
but
fucking Applebee's.
I can't.
It's like,
I-
why,
I don't
why,
even-
Why
I don't even-
microwave your food at home?
Yeah.
when you could go to Applebee's
Well, yeah, and
and have someone microwave it for you.
Pay them
for $20 a
$12.
plate.
yeah.
No, I just want to see, and I feel bad. Not really.
Which
Uh,
there's another endorsement.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was sitting there, the
Applebee's
damn
right out the
hamster
window.
wheel was running. I'm like, fuck, now
I
no Applebee's now.
I think we just go ahead and admit no one's ever going to pay
Oh,
us
no,
for
no.
this. But and again, I lied to myself when I said I feel bad for blank. I don't. I simply do not. I'm not capable. But I really just want to see the bartender at Applebee's deal with us because we're not. It's not like we're gonna go out of our ways.
Dude, they're gonna cut us off after like 3 drinks.
We're not gonna go out of our way to be assholes, and we'll tip like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean that. See, that's the thing though. Like the bartenders, I mean, we got to go to an Applebee's that's not in our town because chances are the bartenders are gonna know, hey, these guys are townies, they're drinkers, they're gonna tip, they work in the industry, so they're not gonna, play into our game.
These malicious I've seen these guys at the bar before, and they're
But yeah, explain what we're essentially gonna do. I mean, like
we're
just
gonna
go
get
there and just get
stupid drunk, like it because most of us live within like
get shit ripped on rum ham.
Bring me some mott sticks, but I want you to soak them in your worst bourbon. Just
Bring me your tallest Brutus of Coors Light.
look, if you don't have Coors Banquet, I'm just gonna raise up out this bitch. So yeah, the idea is to because again, most of us live within like 5 blocks of where we drink, so at the very worst, we're just gonna get stupid drunk to the point where like you're walking home, but you're like kind of zigzagging the whole way.
I've made that walk, by the way.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not fun.
Oh no, especially like right now. I walked home the other night, cold as fuck, so I'm all bundled up and hunched over, and nearly ran into a couple
Oh,
walking up the sidewalk. I didn't know they were there until I saw their feet. I was just like, "Ugh," just hunched over, cold as shit. It's like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible how easy it is to walk like 2 to 3 miles at the beach when you're drunk. You're like, oh fuck, this is nothing. You do it here.
Don't
you're
walk
like,
in the
"God
sand.
Damn it, it sucks. But yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do that.
The
And
idea was to get embarrassingly drunk in a, I don't want to say family friendly, but like we're used to like local joints run by people we know. And I guess the idea is to get stupid drunk in a corporate joint.
Yeah, because the places we normally,
our small businesses.
the place we normally
locally owned.
debauch ourselves.
Yeah, or embarrass. I'm gonna start crying or something.
Like they're owned by people that we know very well, and so we
get
typically get a lot of leeway.
we get a pass.
Yeah. So
They don't tell me to leave my book bag at the door.
no.
Yeah, I still feel like Applebee's is just gonna be easy.
Oh no, that's no.
Like I said, dude,
big
it's gonna
fish
be
in
like a
little
3
pond.
drink like cutoff. We're
I-
just, all right, you
I don't e-
motherfuckers.
I don't even think they'll cut us off there, man. I mean, it's such a sad fucking place, man. I mean,
This is where suburbanite dreams go to die.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, apparently they're popular everywhere else. I mean, but every time I drive by the one here, it's just it's dead. I don't know how they're open.
I want to go in there and demand things that should be at Olive Garden.
Where's the salad and breadstick?
Dude, I want them half price apps. Like I know it's garbage food,
Yeah,
but
it's essentially the same shit you get in the freezer section at
Yeah.
Walmart.
wait. Can't you buy like Applebee's brand?
No, it's
like mott
TGIF.
sticks?
Well, no, they
Oh,
do
okay.
TGI Fridays.
Yeah. I forgot that was a place.
Well, we haven't one in town.
We have not one.
Yeah, we have the great Applebee's and the extraordinary O'Charlie's.
Yes.
Oh God, I don't even think I've ever been to the O'Charlie's we have in town.
I mean,
It's
it's
not
better than
bad.
Applebee's.
Yeah, it's a step
but
up.
it's still.
Okay.
you know.
Well, maybe we'll go there and embarrass them,
Yeah.
or embarrass ourselves in front of them.
I think I know people that work there. I don't want to go there.
Well, there's always Outback. We have Outback as well.
Yeah,
That's true. That is.
Yeah, but then you're gonna
The
pay
most
like
overpriced.
yeah,
food.
$6 for a fucking domestic beer, there, man.
Give me a
No.
Foster's. Because they're
Give
that
me a
Australian.
Foster's in a blooming onion.
Andy! Tobias!
$900 dues.
All right, boys.
All right.
I feel like it's about that time.
Oh yeah.
We've had this. It's gone on long enough. Hopefully,
Hopefully you got something out of our ramblings.
yeah. I mean,
Probably not.
you may have just wasted about 90 minutes of your life.
Well, I might. I'm not sure. I mean, I might edit some stuff out of it. It just no. Yeah,
Well,
that's too much work anyway. I'm not gonna do that.
Honestly, all I'm going to ask you to do is to bleep the names of a couple of places that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
threw out.
Yeah.
Other than that, this is what the podcast is.
Yeah.
So we know what we're doing.
Well, Ryan's doesn't matter anymore because
No,
that
'cause they're
place is
gone.
done. Yeah, it's gone.
It was
Leave it in.
Ryan's, then it was Fire Mountain, and then it went back to Ryan's.
Fire Mountain.
I think the whole company like changed names. I don't think it was just our location. And it was just so
Oh, yeah,
weird.
they're-
I was
they're-
like, oh, Ryan's is gone. This
forgot it
new
was a
place,
chain.
Fire Mountain. Of course, nothing changed inside. All the food was the same.
Yeah.
These are the same. This is the same guy that carved my fucking roast last week.
Carved. yeah.
Yeah, he's real committed to his
Yeah.
art.
By the way,
Dude, have you ever seen him cook a steak?
He just
well,
bumped
that's
up from dishwasher.
I'm going to recommend like that anyone listening to this look up the the Sizzler
yes,
the
yes,
Sizzler, like,
absolutely.
corporate or
It was
it was
a
an infomercial. Or
yeah, it
like
was
it was
a-
a pitch or whatever.
it was from either the early I think it
don't
was
know.
early
Late
90s.
80s, early 90s.
Yeah, and it's a corporate infomercial. I guess they
Like a. Well, I was thinking of like the Wendy's training video.
It's similar to that.
Nice.
I think this was something they sent out to people that were
Hoping
looking
to
to franchise.
franchise, yeah.
Oh, like looking for investors.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh shit, it's
Dude, oh
brilliant.
my
Nice.
God.
I mean, I hope I'm gonna get on there tonight and see how many hits it had. And just I hope people watch it because it's
so-
fucking brilliant.
Sizzler like corporate promotion.
Yeah,
And I'll play it for you after we're done with this, just so you have.
dude,
It's
like
good.
we were
good shit.
laughing about it
Painful.
whenever we were loading up to go play at the local brewery in town. Brewery. The local brewery.
The brewery.
Brewery. Yeah, we were loading
Brewer.
up, and
many
Jesse
Rs?
was playing the video for us as we were packing up, and we were just
It's great.
Stitches,
Just in
man.
tears.
Yeah.
Titties.
All right.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, that was episode 1, and the phantom pain in the ass.
about to make a joke.
Yeah, it's gonna be the worst one easily.
The phantom nonsense.
Good times. So yeah. As always, microwave this podcast. Just get rid of it. I have been Ben,
I'm Chris.
I'm Matt.
and we'll see you next time, hopefully. Hey.
Dee, 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 dee.